Session 85, Surah Fatiha, the Qur'an summarized. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We begin with the name of Allah, who is most gracious and merciful. Nahmaduhu nusalli ala rasulihil kareem, and with his praises and blessings on Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, the last and final prophet. We continue with verses 6 and 7 of Al-Fatiha, last two verses of the Sirat al-Lazina an'amta alayhim, Ghayril maghzubi alayhim, Walazwaleen. The path of those whom you have rewarded, not the ones who earned your annoyance, nor those who went astray. We are on Surah Yasin, 36th Surah of Qur'an, and we begin from verse 30 today. Ya hasratan ala ibad ma yatihim min rasulin illa kanu bihi yastahzi'un. Lamenting the conduct of the mankind. How unfortunate, sad, the infidelity of the people, alas. There wasn't ever a prophet sent to them whom they didn't overly mock, excessively ridicule. Verse 31. Alam ja'akum ahlakna qablahum min al-quruni annahum ilayhim la yarji'un. Don't they ever see how many the numerous people we have pulverized, ruined prior to them? That they, the destroyed people, never returned to them. There is a fixed, appointed time when they will be exhumed, raised from the graves, and they'll return but to their Rabb. Verse 32. وَإِن كُلُّ لَمَّا جَمِيعٌ لَدَيْنَا مُحْضَرُونَ. And there is none among them all, all the people, who would not be forcibly rounded up altogether. And there is none among them all, the people, who would not be forcibly rounded up altogether to be brought in front of us to our presence as enslaved culprits. The sudden annihilation was effectuated as an immediate retribution, punishment. The actual punishment awaits them at the 0 hour hereafter, when all their deeds would also be exhumed, brought up again. Verse 33. وَآيَةٌ لَهُمُ الْأَرْضُ الْمَيْتَةُ أَحْيَيْنَاهَا وَأَخْرَجْنَا مِنْهَا حَبًّا فَمِنْهُ يَأْكُلُونَ. Apart from the apostles, who are also the signs and manifestations of the one and the only Creator, another indication, sign for them, the malcontent, the rebellious, bloody-minded, to believe that Allah is the sole Creator, the all-omnipotent, and the only one who can regenerate, recreate the dead, is bringing the dead land to life again, and raising through it, and doing it with cereals which they devour, consume throughout their lives. The disbelievers question, have lurking doubts as to how would the man be re-raised. This is precisely the manner the Overlord, the Rabb, would organically raise the man from the dead earth. Man would actually be raised as a tree. And this grown up tree would be so actually like him that if someone who had seen him earlier could pass by, he would have no problems recognizing him. In his present life, man is nourished from the mouth, can move, gradually grow up to use his feet, walk, and keep growing till his youth. In the process of regeneration, he'll be nourished from earth and remain fixed like trees till Allah orders all the souls to re-enter their respective bodies. Till Allah orders all the souls to re-enter their respective bodies, and they'll comply within seconds. Verse 34. وَجَعَلْنَا فِيهَا جَنَّةً مِّن نَخِيلٍ وَعَنَبٍ وَفَجَّرْنَا فِيهَا مِنَ الْعُيُونِ. And we grew gardens of dates and grapes from it, that is the land, and then springs of water flowing in it to irrigate these gardens. Dates are complete food, mentioned as a symbol of food, and grapes as a symbol of drinks. However, some take grapes the forbidden way. Unfortunately, man often misuses the very blessings of Allah, money, power, beauty, good health, etc., to precipitate the displeasure and the wrath of the Rabb, the Creator. I repeat, unfortunately, man often uses the very blessings of Allah, money, power, beauty, good health, etc., to precipitate the displeasure and the wrath of the Rabb, the Creator. Verse 35. لِيَأْكُلُوا مِنْ ثَمَرِهِ وَمَا عَمِلَتْهُ أَيْدِيهِمْ أَفْلَا يَشْكُرُونَ. People have been privileged that they may consume, enjoy their gardens, fruits, and these cereals, fruits, etc., have not been organically prepared by their hands. Should they not then be thankful, grateful to Allah? Should they not then be thankful, grateful to Allah? Verse 36. Subhanallazi khalaqal azwaja kullaha mimma tunbitul ardu wa min anfusihim wa mimma la ya'lamun. Aggrandized is He, above and beyond all shortcomings, aberrations, attributed, implied by disbelievers, mushrikeen, that is the pantheists, in creating associates, co-equals, Allah created all things in pairs, whether it is all that grows from the land, mankind itself, or of all those things, creations, about which they do not know, Verse 37. وَآيَةٌ لَهُمُ اللَّيْلُ نَسْلَخُ مِنْهُ النَّهَارَ فَإِذَا هُمْ مُظْلِمُونَ. For them, those who believe in some reasoning, some logic, another manifestation of Allah, being the sole creator of each and everything, is the night, when we skin off, withdraw, remove the daylight from it. So behold, darkness prevails over them. The accurate, measured, predictable, and absolutely perfect alternation of night and day, the seasons and weathers, the entire solar system, all the gigantic stars, all the galaxies, and the presence of interstellar galactic matter in the space outside. The organized astronomical systems are not the outcome of some blind laws of nature. The organized astronomical systems are not the outcome of some blind laws of nature. वशम्स तजरील मुस्तक़र हज़ार का तकदीरुल अज़ीज़ुल अलीम, verse 38. And another manifestation for those who can think and reason is the sun, which runs its course for a period and placed, determined, fixed for it. Another manifestation for those who can think and reason is the sun, which runs its course for a period and place, determined, fixed for it. This is His, that is Allah's decree, who is the exalted in might and the omniscient, all-knowing, who knows the benefits, advantages, the purpose and logic of these arrangements. Mustaqar means a time or place that is determined. Thus, the Qur'an says that the sun runs towards a determined place and will do so only up to a period of time predetermined by Allah. The latest knowledge of the scientists, astronomers, and astrophysicists about the sun, which has been incorporated in most of the school textbooks, is that the sun has is that it rotates. My apologies. Is that it rotates about its axis. It is noticed that the sun has spots which complete a circular motion once every 25 days. That is, the sun takes approximately 25 days to rotate around its axis. The sun, along with its solar system, the earth and moon, travels, moves, floats, drifts through the space at roughly 240 kilometers, that is 150 miles, roughly 240 kilometers, that is 150 miles per second, and takes about 200 million years to complete one revolution around the center of our Milky Way galaxy. I repeat, and takes about 200 million years to complete one revolution around the center of our Milky Way galaxy. This also gives a little idea of the vastness of the celestial systems. There are other solar systems, galaxies, celestial systems following greater orbital courses, The fixed place around and below which the sun travels, carrying with it the solar system, Earth, and the moon, has been guesstimated by modern astronomy. It has been given a name, the solar apex. The solar apex. The solar system is indeed moving in space towards a point situated in the constellation of Hercules, Alpha layer, whose exact location is firmly established. 2 Surah Al-Anbiya verse 33 in Quran, 2 Surah Al-Anbiya verse 33 states, "And it's Him who has created the night and the day and the sun and the moon. All the celestial bodies swim along each in its rounded course." The Qur'an states, I repeat, and it is Him who has created the night and the day, and the sun and the moon. All the celestial bodies swim along, each in its rounded course. The moon rotates around its axis in the same duration that it takes to revolve around the earth. That is about 29 and a half days to complete one rotation, as well as revolution around the earth. That is about 29 and a half days to complete one rotation, as well as revolution around the earth. Verse 38, وَالْقَمْرَ قَدَّرْنَاهُ مَنَازِلَ حَتَّى عَادَ كَالْعُرْجُونِ الْقَدِيمِ. And for those who know, we have designated the moon to phases. And for those who know, we have designated the moon to phases in ordinal stages, quarters, for it wants to return to a state like an old, dried out, thin, curved date branch. Today, man calculates every inch of the trajectory that the moon makes in its revolution around the earth. The simulators give out the possibilities of seeing the crescent from various places on the earth. There are about 6,000 variables which determine the possibility of the visibility of moon from any particular place. There are about 6,000 variables which determine the possibility of the visibility of moon from any particular place. And a change in even one of these 6,000 variables affects the possibility of seeing the moon from that particular place. And a change in even one of these 6,000 variables affects the possibility of seeing the moon from that particular place. Verse 40, لا شمس ينبغي لها تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون. Verse 40 is translation, neither is the sun permitted to catch up, hit the moon, and nor can the night outstrip the day. Each and every planet, celestial body, swims along in its own orbit as ordained by Allah. The discovery of the existence of black holes in the system of equilibrium of all solar systems, galaxies, celestial bodies is a recent phenomena. These black holes are one of the discovered factors in the maintenance of equilibrium that exist in the universe at various places in such enormously gigantic size and have such intense gravitational magnetic pull that if any celestial body was hypothetically to break out of its determined orbit, it would be pulled, snatched, gulped, and consumed in the nearest black hole to an extent that it would disappear and cease to exist altogether, to an extent that it would disappear and cease to exist altogether. The laws of physics do not work there, especially that matter can neither be created nor destroyed, it can only change its state. The laws of physics cannot do not work there, especially that matter can neither be created nor destroyed, it can only change its state. All celestial bodies would vanish to nothingness in these black holes. All celestial bodies would vanish to nothingness in these black holes. The black holes absorb even the light photons thrown into it. Quran is not ordained as a textbook of science. Quran is not ordained as a textbook of science, geology, geography, astronomy, or medicine. It is to teach people how to go to heaven. It is not there to teach people how the heavens go. I repeat, it is to teach people how to go to heaven. It's not there to teach people how the heavens go. There are no scientific allusions buried under every third verse in the Quran, waiting to be unearthed by some overzealous, highly imaginative scholar. However, wherever the Quran talks of scientific facts, creation of universes, astronomical facts, geological, geographical, geological, and medical phenomena, etc., the modern scientific methods are now in a position to prove what it stated 14 years ago. The modern scientific methods are now in a position to prove what it stated 1400 years ago. The primary purpose of each Quranic disclosure is to make the mankind understand that if it keeps its eyes and ears uncovered and thinks with an open, unprejudiced understanding and assimilative mind, not blocked off by inherited and environmental biases, he shall see a unison, a unity in the universe in totality. He will not find the slightest evidence, even a minuscule of indication of any kind of duality or multiplicity in all the universes. That there is just one superpower, one sovereign, one overlord who has created everything, who controls and runs it with an iron grip, and who will undo it when he considers it appropriate in the fitness of his great scheme of things. Excuse me. I repeat that there is just one superpower, one sovereign, one overlord who has created everything, who controls and runs it with an iron grip, and who will undo it when he considers it appropriate in the fitness of his great scheme of things. The sun in our solar system is 3,300,000 times larger in size than the earth. Neptune is more than 2,000,000,000 miles away from the sun. Pluto is more than 4 billion miles away, from our sun. Pluto is more than 4 billion miles away from our sun. Our solar system is a minute part of the galaxy which has 3,000,000,000 suns, and the nearest other sun is such a distance away that its light at the speed of 1,860 miles per second takes 4 years to reach the earth. I repeat, our solar system is a minute part of the galaxy which has 3,000,000,000 suns, 3,000,000,000 suns, and the nearest other sun is such a distance away that its light traveling at 1,860 miles per second takes 4 years to reach the earth. Then this galaxy is not the entire universe, but only a small part of it. Then this galaxy, I repeat, is not the entire universe, but only a small part of it. So far, it has been observed, estimated that our galaxy is just one of about 20 lakh, 100,000 spiral nebula. So far, it has been observed, estimated that our galaxy is just one of about 20 lakh, 100,000 spiral nebula. The nearest other nebula is such a distance away that its light takes about 10 lakh, 100,000 years to reach the Earth. The nearest other nebula is such a distance away that its light takes about 10 lakh, 100,000 years to reach the Earth. The light from the nebula within the maximum range of man's present day astronomical observation is estimated to take about 1 million years to reach the Earth. I repeat, the light from the nebula within the maximum range of man's present day astronomical observation is estimated to take about 1 million years to reach the Earth. And yet, we can't claim to have seen, observed the entire universe of our Lord, Rabb, the omnipotent, all-creating, the all-sustaining, omnipresent, the master of all the universes. The creation of the universe is explained by astrophysicists in a widely accepted phenomena popularly known as the Big Bang. Popularly known as the Big Bang. It is supported by observational and experimental data gathered by astronomers and astrophysicists for decades. The whole universe was initially one big mass, primary nebula, gem, the original substance from which the elements developed. Then there was a Big Bang, secondary separation. Then there was a Big Bang, secondary separation, which resulted in the formulation of galaxies. These then divided to form stars, planets, the sun, the moon, etc. The astrophysicists hold that the origin of the universe was absolutely unique, and the probability of it occurring by chance is zero. These then, I repeat, these then divided to form stars, planets, the sun, the moon, etc. The astrophysicists hold that the origin of the universe was absolutely unique, and the probability of it occurring by chance is zero. The Qur'an mentions of this phenomena regarding the origin of the universe. 21, Surah Al-Anbiya, verse 30, the Quran states, أَوْلَمْ يَرَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا أَنَّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ كَانَتَا رَتْقًا فَفَتَقْنَاهُمَا وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ أَفَلَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. That is 21, Surah Al-Anbiya, verse 30. Translation, don't the unbelievers know? Don't the unbelievers know that the skies and the earth were once one mass? Don't the unbelievers know that the skies and the earth were once one mass, as one unit of creation, we then split them asunder. We then split them asunder, and we have created every living thing from water. And we have created every living thing from water. Will they still not believe? Will they still not believe? Yes, the disbelievers do know about this Big Bang phenomena. Unfortunately, however, they are not familiar with Qur'an. Fortunately, however, they are not familiar with the Quran. They have greater faith in their own discoveries than the word of Allah. They have greater faith in their own discoveries than the word of Allah. That's all for today. We close here. Jazakallah. Please pray for me, ex-Brigadier Mustansir Billah.